Morning, folks. Gonna shave with this kit today from Hagen. This one here is I found in a local store for about $8.99. Comes with the brush, soap, and bowl. Pretty good bargain there. Soap comes in a container like this right here. I got it in the bowl. Whipped up a little bit of lather. This particular brush here, the first one I bought this kit like this, it was just a black brush. But this one here, I don't know if you can see that, it's got the symbol down there, trademark I guess you might say, Hagen, green brush handle. And this particular brush, it's got a, this is a boar knot. Whipped up pretty good. It's not drippy though, not like I usually make it. Got the alum block complete with no rubber band this morning. Also got Humphrey's witch hazel that's citrus sitting. Going to use a master checker flag aftershave container this size, which is 3 ounces, $1.95. Pretty good bargain. So you can kind of see that, you know, it's possible to find maybe in your area some of this stuff. You have to, for me, I have to go to several places in order to find a lot of this. Already put a hot towel to the base this morning. Got the Preshave here from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. It is unscented, but it is mentholated. The name of this one here is Ice, if you're interested in a Preshave soap. The shaver today, still sporting the PAA Injectomatic. It's an injector with, it's got a Personna blade in it. And this will be the third shave on this particular blade. So we'll see how the blade and the soap and everything gets along. Today's being Tuesday. Next video, I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to come out with it. I have a C.O. Bigelow that I found here locally. Do a shave with it, but I'm thinking the aftershave. I haven't decided whether I'm going to go ahead and go with the Barbasol, which I might. It's been a while since I've used it. Usually I can find it at a place called Dollar General. And the last time I bought some, it was $1.95. Pretty good bargain. One thing about Barbasol, the aftershave, it that alcohol, in other words, if you like the burn, the sting, that's a good one to have. The shave soap is a, you might say, a shea butter. If anybody's wondering about it. The brush and bowl, according to the box, was made in China. It's still shedding. And the soap was made here in the States. Alright, we'll see how this is going to work out. Here's the shaver today. It's in pretty good shape. 1950-ish model. It's been doing pretty good so far. Like I said, I first started out with this and I gave it to oldest stepson, my first kid. And it's not a bad kit. Get a brush, soap, and a bowl for about $9 to start out with. Walk in the store and get it. One of the things I was thinking about doing is just getting the around here is still readily available. You can get the Hagen twist open shaver run you about, I think the going price is $17.88, something like that. So it's possible to pick up a few things that, for me, CVS usually has some store brand double-edged safety blades, which will be made by Personna, and double-edged safety blades be the toughest part to get here locally. You can find some soap. The local grocery store here called Reese's, it has, for instance, it's got this kit. It's got Williams mug soap, and I noticed that they had Gillette Pure in a can, but they didn't have the cream in the tube. So, and that might be also from store to store, because I noticed in some stores they won't have any Williams and some will. I know at one point in time they were it's one of those things that somebody probably, you know, not everybody understands what they're looking at when they're stocking stuff. They had some bar soap over with the shaving stuff one time. Thought that was kind of funny. But at one point in time back in the day, Ivory was the bar soap to shave with, I guess you might say. I think it was, yes, Chris Bailey did a shave here recently, a video, used an Irish Spring. You can kind of tell this is, considering this brush isn't broken in just yet, it did pretty, the soap and the brush are getting along pretty well. Still getting some decent lather out of it. We'll see how the post-shave feel is. It's been a while since I used this kind of soap. I have the, from Hagen, I have the premium version, which has a very nice clean scent to it. And it was a bigger kit, I guess you might say, where it comes with a larger mug with a brush and razor stand and a brush. Didn't particularly care for the brush. It was a badger knot brush, and it was pretty darn floppy. Never had a brush that was that floppy. In other words, I like their boar brush much better. It's got a considerable amount of backbone. Boar brush works well for me. I'm glad I got the kit. I like the brush. Bowl's pretty nice, but I really like that brush. Once it starts shedding, or stops shedding. It is, I don't have it handy. One of these days I'm going to have to get it out and do, I guess you might say, a little bit of a comparison. Razor Rock has a boar brush that looks a lot like an Omega brush, and that boar knot is it's different. It is different. Now, the bristles in it, like this one here, when you could, if you had the chance to put them side by side, for instance, or any other boar brush, these bristles are thick in diameter. And the one thing I noticed about the Razor Rock one that I got, that's a boar knot, the diameter of the bristles are not quite as big. And some of the bristles that are already getting split ends. It's a fairly soft tipped knot for being a boar brush. Can't remember exactly how much I paid for it. I'm thinking it was on sale, got it around the $10 mark or less. Now this one here has a little bit of scritch, a little bit, but I think after, I know in my last one when I was working with it, after a while, it'll soften up on the tips, but that one from Razor Rock though it's pretty well already, how do you say, ready to go. I was really surprised about that brush. I would say probably one of the things that might throw a person a little bit if they really wanted to kind of nitpick at the brush is that it's got a plastic handle, and it did not seem like it had any weight in the bottom of it. So that might be off-putting for some folks. The brush handle felt really light. I guess in other words a little bit of weight would have given it a little bit more of a quality feel to it. Brush handle, but all in all that was a pretty good find. I was surprised. There's not much left around here as it goes for finding something to shave with. Outside you can find Neutrogena shaving cream, and I think it's brushless. And I have not seen Nivea in a good long while as it goes for shave cream. And it might be because of the fact that I don't know if they're still making it or not. But at one point in time, it was offered here locally. But it wasn't for very long. That is one thing I've kind of noticed about the stores. They don't seem to like stuff in tubes. It's really odd. It seems like if it comes in a can like the Gillette Pure, it's in a can. Of course they have the can. The tube, that one there is harder to find. In other words, the shaving cream. I don't know what they have against the tubes. The Neutrogena shaving cream is the only one that I can think of off the top of my head that I know I can find on a regular basis. It's in a tube, and I haven't tried it just yet. I think the reason why it is a while back when I looked at it, I think I discovered it's a brushless one, which is not the bad thing, especially if you're traveling. If you're concerned about traveling with a brush wet, of course a synthetic would be the option there. A brushless shaving cream is not a bad way to go if you're traveling. Pick up that one spot. Every once in a while, if you follow me, I've got a strip down through here. It's not the easiest to catch. I guess you might say in normal strokes. If you go every which direction right through there, you'll get it all, and it'll feel a lot better through there. I guess you might say a shave that's more sociably acceptable. And even if I don't catch it, it'll still be there. But since I know that it's there, it's just one of those things I prefer to get from time to time. Because it doesn't really show up except for about every second or third shave is when it pops up, and you really have to kind of work at it in order to get it to smooth out. I wouldn't say that this soap, I say it's adequate enough to shave with a single edge shaver, double edge. Wouldn't say that the post shave feel wasn't drying, but it didn't feel moisturizing either. It was, I guess you might say, just adequate. I think that's one of the reasons why to me the premium version, if you can find it, usually comes in a box, and of course packaged in a plastic container like this. That one there, not only the scent is pretty decent, it's pretty nice. I think that if I remember right, the post-shave feels a lot better than what this one here does. Not that this one's terrible by any means. I mean, considering how much you're paying for this. There is one more I should mention, is that the grocery store Reese's right next to this kit also has the glycerin, I guess you might say, version from Hagen, and I think it sells under $2. And the Hagen Premium, I think, runs about $4, $3.88, somewhere in there. So at least here, in other words, you can find stuff to aftershave with this. Not real expensive. Good stuff here. If you haven't had a chance to try Masters, like I say, $1.95 is definitely worth a try. I think I've got 4 or 5 of these, and to me, all of them have good, I guess you might say, nice classic scents, and always end up with a nice feeling face after using this aftershave. Smells great. Inexpensive shave, like I said, but this one here, yeah, you have to order this one online. The only thing I can find locally in a way of, I guess you might say, of a classic aftershave is Clubman. Whether it's the Clubman, I guess you might say proper, or it's the classic vanilla. Those two I can usually find. May take me 2 or 3 CVS's to find it, but I can find it pretty easy. Some of the beauty warehouses like Sally's or whatever the case might be, I noticed that, you know, usually they have 1, maybe 2 of the Clubman aftershaves there. I have seen one time somebody had the Clubman Reserve. I guess you might say the first one, not the trio. And I have yet to try that one. A lot of people say, let's say it's a rather manly scent. Some don't care for it at all. So one of these days I'm going to end up getting me a bottle of that and see how it works out. The wife will probably scream since it's a manly scent. But anyway, all in all though, pretty good shave. I had just a little bit of stinging, which is nothing unusual, but not a bad shave at all. Definitely doable. And like I said, probably my favorite of this, I don't have a handle that is this deep green. It's a good looking brush, at least for me. I like it. Anyway, hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.